Welcome back to episode number 2 of A Drink of Blood, A Taste of Flesh. You're sitting here listening to the wonderful voices of Justin, Philip, Rachel, and Kyle. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Shudder originals and exclusives. Something that I feel like not a lot of people are talking about, and I feel like they need to be talked about. Some of the movies we're going to go over is Goreman, and we're going to talk about Blood Quantum. And then we're going to finish off with a really depressing movie called Tigers Are Not Afraid. And so, let us begin to enter your ear canals and help you have a good time and learn about some movies.
Works for me, man. That's PG, remember?
Oh yeah,
Girl
PG.
calls in
Yes.
PG.
Yes.
Oh yes, Mimi. That was, I actually looked this up. That movie had a release date of my birthday, January 22nd, 2021. So, and I do believe that this movie is fully Aquarius in nature. It's definitely odd, dry at times, eccentric in nature. But yes, PG for short, Psycho Goreman. His name only came to be after a series of failures from Mimi and her little brother Luke, who discover this intergalactic serial murderer in their backyard. This was one of the most entertaining what the fuckness movies I've ever watched in my life. I think the first time we saw this, we laughed at every instance. It's chock full of gore, though, so if you're really into that, this is one of the movies for you. Some of the most interesting death scenes I've ever seen. They turn a child into a walking brain.
Yeah.
So,
Damn, I totally forgot about a fucking brain.
Alistair, I mean, you know, the young girl basically got friend-zoned in a way.
Yeah.
Alistair wanted to go play video games with this girl's brother, and she was like, I just wish he would be mine and be easier to deal with. And PG turned him into a walking, not talking brain. So she is a great main character. She is a despot. Honestly, I would describe her as a future dictator. In a beautiful way, though.
I really love the dad.
Oh,
yeah,
straight up.
The dad, dude. Oh my god.
Overall, though, it's a great movie of intergalactic warrior bringing a family together.
Perfect and well put.
Mending a marriage, creating solid bonds between, I think that they might be preteen, brother and sister who share such an odd dynamic, but I also share that dynamic with my own sister, so, but, I know that I think we chose probably the same film for this, is that what you told me, I think, the Psycho Goreman? Oh, we did,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was, I have never watched something that absurd in my life. It gave me Mystery Science Theater 3000 vibes.
I could definitely see those.
Yeah,
that on there.
Give it about 50 years.
if they're still doing something
Right.
like that. Yeah, it was brilliant. Campy. I was actually really sad to read some of the reviews, because I tried to read reviews about the movies that we choose. One reviewer called it right in the middle of inventive and derivative, and I thought, that hurt my feelings as someone who really liked this film.
Right.
I thought it was just brilliant. It's fun. It has a really standard runtime, so you're not sitting there for 2 hours thinking, oh my god, is this over? It doesn't drag on. It's got some very strange space-like fantasy gore undertones to it, so if you're into some weird shit like that, you would love Psycho Goreman.
The weird zombie top thing.
Oh my gosh. When they found him in the warehouse and let him know that they couldn't bring him like any porn mags or anything. Here, you can have these hunky boys. And so you have this almost like delightfully bisexual undertone without it like smacking you in the face though. So, you know,
the suit they put him in too. I love the suit with the hat.
Yep. So fucking ridiculous.
If you need an 80s montage of outfit changes in a fitting room setting, you've got that in this film too.
His hunky boys. She destroys the magazines or whatever and he gets mad.
Yep. He says, my hunky boys. And whoever had acted out Psycho Goreman as the man under
Oh,
the suit
I looked that up.
was amazing.
Yeah, he was
fully
great.
filled the space.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Wow.
weird that you had a separate voice actor, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
I've
wanted
never.
that deep voice.
Oh my God! Oh, that was bellowing. It was
Yes.
beautiful. It truly was, and he had such great quips.
Yeah.
Really good dialogue writing, I thought. The final scene where they play this insane version of basically like a tag or crazy ball that they called
Yep,
it.
yep.
To defeat,
A fucking game that has no goddamn rules.
Yeah.
First off, they just keep making it up as you go.
She makes it.
Yeah.
Our dictator.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No, you can't do that. Yes, I can. No, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
yeah.
what siblings do.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
I'm
right.
Yes, yes. She is the dominant one, and he fully knows that. To the point where I think Psycho Goreman visited the brother in a dream and said, "I need you to steal the gem from your sister
Yep.
and free me." And he was like, "No, I'm actually afraid of her, so I'm not going to do that." I was so sad that that got like even semi not good reviews. I just thought it was out there. It's delightful. It's kind of like a mindless, almost comedy, horror, fantasy sort of film.
Right.
If it's any need that you might have. So if you want something just silly that you don't have to tune too much into, but also laugh, you'll absolutely dig this movie. 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, Psycho Goreman's great. It almost has a Power Ranger thing with the whole, like just the way the fighting is and shit is so Power Rangers.
Especially when the aliens come to get him.
Yep. And also to relate it to Guyver, if you watch that, there's a 1980s movie with Mark Hamill that plays Guyver, and they did a live action of the anime, which is super gory as well. But it gave me some of those vibes with that because there's like this gym inside these heads of the Guyver suits, and it's a wild ass time. But the live action for sure, like you watch that and you watch Psycho Goreman, not that they're the same at all, but just those big suits and Power Ranger suits and all that wild shit.
When the aliens, they're trying to talk and move.
Yep.
Like they have to like, move their head.
They got
and
that
body.
fucking George Clooney Batman head.
Yes,
You know, they
yeah.
can't move their fucking neck. Yeah, that's what you need. But what else is awesome is it's directed by the same guy that did Mandy. So if you didn't know that,
I did
neither
not.
of us.
I
did.
did
Can
not.
we look that up and make sure I'm correct? But if he didn't, he at least
No, I
wrote
think
it.
you're right. Yeah, I think you might be right about that.
So yeah, it's just amazing, and you can see it with like even in Mandy with the biker gang suits and stuff.
Oh God, those were
Yeah.
terrifying.
Steven Kostansky?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched like a behind the scenes of Mandy, and that guy's a fucking weird guy.
He really is though. Absolutely.
But I mean, look how these great
He
ass
also
fucking
did The
movies.
Void, too. That's a
Oh
movie I
yeah,
really
we
like.
gotta. Man, the fucking Void, dude. This guy
The
did
first
so
time
many
we
great
watched-
fucking
What a
shit.
talented dude.
First
Yeah.
time her and I watched The Void, I was like...
I was taken
whoa.
aback.
Yeah. Well, what else is great is like this guy's not only like writing and directing his movies, but he's also doing a lot of the special effects.
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah.
it's like-
oh,
He
yeah.
did the new Leprechaun, too.
Oh, I did not know that about that.
Yeah.
Well, you see, he's grown quite a bit because that new Leprechaun is.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Oh, he did BioCop. I love that
Oh
movie.
my gosh.
But yeah, he does like a whole bunch of special effects and shit, and I think that's really
That's-
awesome. That guy is really
so
doing some dope
talented.
shit. Yeah.
Psycho Goreman had great characters when they're talking about like the Paladins of Obsidian and you know the group that PG belonged to before he came down to Earth. These aliens, I suppose, all had different
He looks
identities.
He's from like...
He looks like he looks like Tom York.
He looks like he looks Canadian. He looks very Canadian.
His eyes ain't cross-eyed
He,
the fuck.
he,
But
like, he looks like he came over with the Beatles in
Yeah.
the 60s.
Yeah.
Like...
maybe the aliens brought him. Psycho Goreman brought him. He's like, hey, look, I'm dropping you off.
Yeah, the malevolent angel Pandora, and that
Yeah.
was just that absolutely was very Power Rangers vibes to me.
Yes.
You know, her
big
kind
time.
of stiff movements,
Yep.
but her
The suits are
impending
fucking
doom.
dope.
Oh my god.
When the
yes.
mom turns into one, too.
Yep.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
gosh. I highly recommend it to anyone. I have tried to get my family members to watch this
Yeah.
film, and they're just like, ugh, that looks interesting. We'll get to it, sure. I'm like, you guys are missing out on some shit. This is beautiful.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is very well done.
What else is great about that movie though is if you own it on Blu-ray, there's a booklet inside of it of like random like
Oh.
licensed like merchandise you could buy, but none of it's real. And so like it really fits the movie. So it's like you could buy the game that they play like set up and shit. Like it's so funny, and they like give you all the prices and whatnot, and you know, it just takes it out, you know, outside of the box where it's still like a real thing because you go flip through a book on a Blu-ray disc.
Take my money.
Yeah,
Yes,
like something they do.
I will buy that.
He cares.
That's delightful. Yeah, I would watch that again and again. I think it's been...
We've watched it so many times, we didn't even need to rewatch it.
6 times, I want to
Holy
say, personally.
shit.
So, yeah, I
We
really
just
like
watched
that.
it a couple weeks ago with Zach and Tara. Like,
I don't think they were very impressed by it. But I was like,
Zach said the higher he got, the more he liked it.
Yeah.
Tara just seemed like...
Yeah, we were sober as shit when we watched that.
The first time we watched it, we were sober too.
We
So.
looked at each other like, excuse me, what is this?
I like anything that makes my mind like on, because we don't like do anything, so you know, we're watching it, and if it makes my mind like fucking melt, I'm like, this is fucking dope. You accomplished everything.
Yep, totally agree.
Just wild, so wild. But yeah, that's great shit.
I don't think anybody that we've shown it to has enjoyed it as much as like the 4 of us.
No.
Yeah.
No, sadly not at all. It hasn't reached its target audience yet.
I mean, like, it's just one of those things that it's awesome because, like, even though there's CGI in it, like, there's so much time into the costuming and stuff. Like, you know, all the special effects are there, and it gives you that 80s ass shit.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely. And you get to know the history of PG.
Right.
I mean, he'll just trail off into these tales about being an intergalactic serial killer, and they're like, yeah, shut up, can I get those fries? You know? They really don't
I kind of
care.
wanted more of like the prison planet thing that it was on. I was curious about that.
I mean, hell, he could always make a second one, but
yes,
you know,
I will watch that. Absolutely.
Him destroying Earth and keeping like Mimi and her Luke alive. Like they're the only humans left.
Right.
Their idiot of a father.
PG's coming for dinner. I gotta microwave that chicken again.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Remember
that was tragic, that poor microwave. You're throwing that whole thing out.
Oh, 1000%. You know I keep that shit.
the almost like music video within the film was
With
one of the funniest
kids
things
playing
I've
and
ever
the
seen.
dad's jamming in the living room.
Oh my gosh.
I love the dad so
He's
much.
singing along to the song as he's watching it on the TV, which is one of the cutest, most endearing things I've ever seen. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Good shit.
Frick you. Like, I implore you to just look up that music video within that movie. It will just tickle you to death, truly.
It'll tickle you internally.
Yes, very much so.
Beautiful. Well, now that one's over, let's go to a more serious film that is not funny at all. Blood Quantum.
Oh, yeah.
Blood Quantum is a movie about I thought this movie was going to be Mad Max-esque from the cover. I always go into movies blind anyway, so like sometimes I don't watch like trailers or anything. So when I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, this is not what I expected to be. I didn't know it was going to be like a zombie movie and shit.
No, when you see the little thumbnail of what the movie should be, you're like, that's strange.
If you would have, the first trailer I saw to it, it did not hint at any of the zombie stuff.
Yeah.
Because I told her, I distinctly remember I was watching a YouTube video and the ad popped up and it was a trailer and it was like Shudder or original or whatever, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to click skip, and it was like a 45-second trailer and I was like, what the hell was this? And then I wrote a note in my phone. I was like, check this video out, and I showed it to her, and neither of us really knew what we were getting into into it.
Yeah, no, Rachel had some issues with that movie though.
Oh, my brother is an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What a
for
piece
no
of
reason.
shit. Scumbag man.
He kind of just turned into a dick. I mean, just sort
Well,
of
he
out of
got
left
his dick
field
bit
almost.
off, dude.
Yeah.
True. Very
Yeah, but fuck him, he deserved it, you know? But, I don't know, I think that movie's really cool because, it's a lot of Native Americans. Like, it's like a really Native American-driven movie, which I think is awesome. You don't really see that, period.
That's a thing
Not in
with,
mainstream
with
film.
Phil, like, she has a degree in, like, Native American history.
Yeah. I wasted my life and tens of thousands of dollars in student loan debt for a master's in Native American studies.
So she thought, like, way more into this movie than...
I was very, very interested in. I know the director. He's done another film where he's tried to have a majority of Native Americans cast, but this was. You wouldn't realize it unless you looked at the very beginning credits that this was supposed to be situated in 1981, and the filming takes place in a geographically relevant area. So this is a place in Quebec where a reservation was before that the Canadian game wardens and police really fucked those people up bad. So you see the salmon in the beginning of the film as being kind of the catalyst for this zombie.
That's the thing I wrote,
Yeah.
was the virus in animals.
Well, they chose fish for a reason. You know, the fish were there for a reason. And Barnaby, the director of that, chose that for an absolute reason, because this was a whole huge issue. The native community there had fishing rights to that land, and the Canadian police basically raided them, beat them, and confiscated their fish as well as their equipment, and they ended up fighting back to some severe police brutality and some severely colonial laws put in place against the native reservation there and their fishing rights. So I love that that was like the context of the backdrop for this film, but you really wouldn't know that it's even situated in 1981, like throughout the whole entire film, unless they had said it in the beginning.
With his car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The truck was another truck in the 80s, and
right.
I
mean,
you don't really get a time frame.
No,
it.
I mean, I feel like it could have been in Walking Dead times too.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? So.
Yeah. That was such fun.
What were your other thoughts on that, except the brother being a dick?
Yeah.
There was a lot of animal death in the beginning, which is not good for me.
Oh, they shot that dog.
Also, I was eating a part, and then the fish
I
got
should have. I should have gave you guys a heads up. My bad.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I've
watched Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
Whatever.
While eating.
Yeah.
A thing that I liked was the use of the animated sequence.
Oh yeah, dude, that was
real
dope as shit.
Yeah.
I really
didn't
enjoyed
expect that at all.
No, like I thought maybe it was like going into like some weird animation part of the movie, and like no, it was just like as a nice transition.
It's
That
like
was
super
awesome.
pollution focused too, which
Yeah.
ties into
Little
what she was
snippets here
talking
and
about.
there. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Reading some of the interviews that the director did with folks, you're gonna shit at this, but I printed this out. He chose not to explain the title Blood Quantum in the film, but he admitted he sometimes questioned that choice after being asked repeatedly by non-Indigenous people what it meant. Expressing his frustration, he told the interviewer, "I wanted to yell, why don't you know this already? These are your ideas. Why can't you learn anything about your own history?" You know, speaking about, at this context, Canadians or even the United States Department of the Interior, which did create the idea of blood quantum to begin with. Love that. He says, as an Indigenous filmmaker or artist, you have to put in extra effort. Give people reading materials about their own fucking history, the stuff they should already know for them to understand where you're coming from. It's a little bigger than just white people are evil. So it's really an indictment about Canadians not understanding their full colonial and almost in a way imperialist history, I would say. It's super fun. He's a great dude to read interviews from, very well spoken. He is compelled by wanting to tell these stories, I think, in his art. So I respect that so much. It was just amazing to me.
It's interesting to think about. I didn't think about like there not being any white people in it.
Oh,
Until the fact that the only white people are in it is that guy and his daughter, and they both get killed because she was like bitten and shit.
And the pregnant baby mom. Oh my gosh, that was just wild.
The pregnant baby mom.
And she knew that although that the child
like
had
3 white people.
Yeah, that the child had.
And they kept referring to the white
blood.
people as the counties and all that too.
Because they essentially are, you know.
I didn't even think about that stuff when I was watching it. I was just kind of watching it going, oh, okay.
I like the
depth was beautiful.
The take on the idea of like a zombie film too, because zombie films, as anyone knows that even isn't a horror fan, are done 1,000 different ways, and they can be done really bad. And I'm not a fan of like slow moving zombies.
No, the meandering just.
I really,
Yeah.
I get it when it's needed,
Right.
but a movie like this, when the zombies are fresh,
Mm.
or, you know, within 6 months or however long it said, I think it said
Yeah,
like 6 months later.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking like 28 days later, they're running, they're chasing
Yeah.
Oh,
you
they got a
that
5-minute
fast.
mile.
Like,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
And that's the thing I liked about this movie, and typed it. I really like the scene in the jail when the guy's changing, like he's going through the turning process.
Yep.
I wrote graphic noise and vomit. And the inmate turning process was rad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I liked the way that they changed them because you could see the difference, and that's
Mhm.
something that I thought was cool with this movie was you get to see more of how the person turns, and
Right.
just like I said, graphic noise and vomit, like it gave you the experience.
Right. I think the only thing I didn't really like about the film was the samurai grandpa.
Oh,
He had this freaking katana, and he's like, "You don't need to reload a sword."
Yeah,
And
he had the,
like, bro, that bitch is getting dull.
the 80s action one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really.
But he
was.
went down like a fucking samurai, though. He
Oh
had
my
all those
God.
fucking zombies
Yeah.
and shit.
I'm not going nowhere. This is my land.
Right?
Yeah.
And the one scene when the zombie gets knocked out of the door when they go to that like car automotive shop.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And there's like 10 dead zombies around him, and he throws the
Yep.
head out.
That was beautiful. That was iconic. I
Yeah.
loved it.
I'm ready for like a zombie movie that like people are aware of what zombies are.
Yeah.
Like they actually
yeah.
know what zombies are and how to go about
It's
killing
not a
them.
surprise.
Yeah.
What is this person
Right.
reanimating for?
So I think that'd be cool if
Yeah.
that actually happened. But, you know, the state of the world is, and now I turned into a zombie, people wouldn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And even with 1,000 zombie movies
Right.
out there.
Well, and to have to come out with a zombie flick basically at the beginning of what the current pandemic is
Right.
very on the nose, very timely. So I
Yes.
think that's what contributed to such a high rating on like Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes. So good for him. Hopefully he does more.
And the take too, like I don't know if many zombie movies have done it where you're immune to a fight. You might know better than me.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just thinking about video games.
Yeah,
But other
I
than
was
that,
gonna say,
like-
I'm a zombie movie fan, but like not. I
Mhm.
don't dive into it. That's why I asked. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, the only thing that keeps coming to my head is The Last of Us. But is that zombies, is it infected, whatever, it's the same thing to me.
Yeah,
There's definitely
yeah.
zombies,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's an interesting
No, because
thought.
you see the reveal when the sheriff, the dad, takes his
Chief.
shirt off and he has
All
There's
the,
lights
all-
on,
yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
oh my god,
I
you
didn't like
survived
his
that.
death scene.
No,
Oh my god.
it could have definitely been better. But
Should have made him go out because he's your main character.
also, if he's immune to the bites, why didn't they try to get him? Like, why didn't they try to save him better? Like, granted, there's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people on
Mhm.
force and stuff, but like, you could have did it a little bit faster and
Yeah.
helped them. I guess
Yeah.
is the only thing I got.
The group of the core of them perished very quickly.
Mhm.
Like there wasn't really a succession of it. It just was like, oh shit's hitting the fan. We're all dead. There's only like 4 of us alive.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, they like turned fucking
Yeah,
fast.
it felt a little rushed there.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
The girl bit the dude's dick off, and then he goes, "All right, go kill all the children."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Why?
I
What
gotta
happened?
catch up. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I
then because I thought it was like a couple days later when he
Mhm.
went back to the camp and
Mhm.
opened the door and like all those things. So I was like, no, this
It's
is
the
the
same
same
night.
fucking night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pacing would definitely was a little.
But at the same time, that could very possible happen.
Oh god.
You know what I mean? Like,
and yeah.
depending
well
on how
done.
fast it moves.
Yep.
Something I wasn't expecting because I've only seen it in one other zombie movie was
Mhm.
the baby getting ate.
Oh, that was sick. I love that.
The woman
that
that
was
was
God.
pregnant and
Yep.
gave birth and eats her baby.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Have you ever watched a movie called Automaton Transfusion?
No,
It's
I've
another.
never
It's
heard
a
of that.
another zombie flick, and the zombie literally like reaches into her belly
Mhm.
and yanks out the fetus and like bites off the umbilical cord and is like doing the emperor with the grapes
Yeah.
eating the baby.
For a light snack, I guess.
That's the only other movie I've seen that in.
That's
and
pretty
I,
wild.
And I remember just being like, damn, this dude went for it.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I
look
do
at the
love the
baby
fun-
eating scene.
Yeah, I love that it just like slid out of her hand too. And
Yeah.
it just like falls on the fucking
Like,
floor.
excuse me.
What?
How did we get here?
Yeah, that shit's crazy. So crazy.
Well, there's another baby eating scene, but it's not a zombie movie. It's in Mother. When she
Oh,
gives birth,
yeah.
she
Oh my
rips the baby
God.
apart.
Woo!
That
shit is
movie.
awesome.
That movie.
I can say I will probably never watch that again. Once was
Good
enough
call.
for
I
me.
completely forgot about
I
that.
love that scene though, because you just hear all the fucking
Oh my
bones
God.
crack
Yeah.
and break and like.
It's a visceral sound.
Oh my god.
It's wet. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very, very
A lot of
damp sound.
Talk about a movie that a lot of people hate, but when I watched it, I loved every moment of that movie.
I don't know how I felt about that.
That movie, it just made me feel so uncomfortable and so
Oh,
stressed
yeah.
out.
Oh, the whole
You
time.
know what I mean? It's
My
anxiety
blood
the whole
pressure was
fucking
high.
time. Yeah.
It definitely.
And it's just like, get the fuck out of the house. Get these people out of the fucking house,
Please
please.
leave. Just run into the woods, please, girl. Please.
Oh my god.
And then she just doesn't.
No.
That fucking movie.
She's like, I'll stay with this guy with a bowl cut. It's fine.
Right.
We're good. We're good.
Harmy, I can never say his fucking name. What is
Oh,
it,
God.
Rachel?
Javier
Bart.
Bardem.
There it is.
Oh God, yeah,
He's a.
that's a
creepy
man
looking
soaked with doom.
Yes.
I mean, you know, truly.
Yeah, there is that scene. That's so awesome.
That's definitely a memory I tried to repress.
I did. It's there now. Tying back into this movie, like with the intake process. What did you guys think of that when they were bringing people in? Did you notice they didn't actually check them for bites?
Yeah,
They
which is weird.
trusted
But
them?
they were
Oversight.
like, show me. Like,
Mhm.
that was dumb. Like, I feel like they were way
Strip
more.
search.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why they didn't do that, which is
Mhm.
very interesting. I guess because it's supposed to move so fast, but
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it doesn't match up with the second half of the whole
Yep.
film.
Yep.
So why wouldn't they do that?
And you think with such a small community of survivors already that you'd be a bit more vigilant about checking folks. Like, you just
Right.
need to strip down. I'm sorry, but we'll do this in a private setting. That's fine. But
Mhm.
you gotta strip down.
But at the same time, like, the guy was such a dick that he was just ready to kill them all. Anyways.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
his dad wouldn't have came out, they would
Yep.
all have been dead anyways.
He was over it.
So, which I don't blame him. Like, you know, we don't have food, we don't have water. Like,
Why
I'm not
did
gonna
you-
bring more people into
Yeah.
here. Sorry.
No.
Especially when we know your daughter's already been bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're out of here, bud.
He
Mhm.
represented the good, like, disillusion of what I think probably trying to be a survivor, and that would be.
Well, the whole thing wouldn't have happened if the girl that bit his dick off would have been checked for bites. Because remember
Oh
in
my
the
God,
bathroom
yeah,
scene, she
yeah.
has
Right.
it. Like, the whole movie would have been completely different if
Right.
they would have strip searched.
But on a side note, why was that guy so worried about getting a blowjob?
In
He's
the
like trying to
apocalypse.
eat. You're trying to eat vagina and have a blowjob. I guess
Yeah.
that saves you from being pregnant, but
I know, right?
wouldn't you just want to do it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah,
I
for
guess
real,
whatever.
though.
I never got that brother's character.
No, like, and then the other brother was just such a fucking pussy. So like,
my
bro, just stick up for yourself. My God.
Well,
Yeah,
and my
you're really
thing
gonna stand there and
too,
get stabbed.
like, thank God for his mom. He was stabbed in the
Mhm.
back.
Right.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
And you're holding a baby.
Yeah.
Like,
Crazy, man. So crazy.
She's the unsung hero of that film, honestly. She took on too much for those people.
Right? Oh my God.
I thought the way they killed the brother was cool though. Like, stabbing him.
Right.
And then letting the zombies just.
Yeah,
tear
I
him
was
apart.
nervous on how they were gonna kill him because I thought they were gonna
Yeah.
like not do anything that
Mhm.
cool, especially after the brother like sicked a dog on his
Oh my
girl that was
God.
pregnant. Like
Yeah.
that wasn't a dog. I was thinking of a different scene.
It was a zombie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He
it's
like
a zombie.
he had to.
But there was a dog scene in
Mhm.
Right,
Mhm.
right. I lost my train of thought. Yep. But yeah, no, the way he died was great.
That was kind of poetic. I did like that.
Yeah, that was really fucking cool.
And it provided a good distraction for them trying to escape in a timely manner, although that didn't really work out in their best interest.
Right.
Anyway.
Not at all.
No.
The boat plan is a good idea, but my thing is, why didn't they just go on the boats to an island in the first place?
Yeah, but at the same time, what are you gonna eat on that island? You have
You
fucking
can't
nothing.
fish.
You
Mhm.
can't
Yeah.
fish. You can't drink the water. Like, you literally just kind of strained yourself. to
And
death.
they never finished the. What are you gonna say?
I wasn't.
Oh,
No,
I thought
and-
I interrupted you. My bad.
Well, and I mean,
They
it would,
talk about the mountain. Remember the spring?
Oh, yeah,
somewhere?
yeah,
it
yeah.
would have gone against their like prime directives to stay and kind of defend their land when for so long they've been driven out into reservation territory anyway. So,
So they- yeah,
you know,
that
I
part of
see.
it
I
is-
see
I mean, at the
the
same time, if everybody's fucking dead, I'm
Oh my
just,
God.
who cares at that
Right.
point? Yeah, let me go get mountain water that's fresh and I don't have to
Right,
worry
right.
about. Like,
You have a
and-
vantage point.
right, exactly.
Mhm.
And I just like one of my favorite scenes because I just love chainsaw deaths. Is
Mhm.
when he kills
Oh,
the
yeah.
zombie with the chainsaw.
Yeah,
Oh
just
my
started at the
God.
head and it's
Yeah.
coming out and it's going.
Yeah, I just love chainsaw
Mhm.
deaths.
It made me think of Evil Dead 2013.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
You
yeah.
know, with
good
that
tie-in.
fucking scene.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly
I
what
would
it is.
recommend this film to select people. I think that would be maybe not just for anyone. I think I would want someone to get like the gravity of it all. But overall, I mean, I would watch it again. I thought
It's
it was very
casted
entertaining.
well too for not really knowing who
Extremely.
anyone
Yeah.
is. They're all.
Extremely.
I thought it.
Right.
Yeah, I dug it. I thought it was a fun little commentary, and I would watch further things from that director as well, because I think he's kind of a badass.
I mean, I think any fan of Walking Dead's gonna like it. Like, it's definitely something that I feel like you could like if that was Fear of the Walking Dead or something, like it could definitely be an offshoot of Walking
Definitely
Dead.
Walking Dead fans, especially this first couple seasons, because it's so new to the zombie apocalypse.
Unless for the bitches that only love oil hair Norman Reedus. And then
that's a straight person thing. I can't get behind that. That's very straight. It's very painfully hetero. Norman Reedus is not,
he's the man.
yeah, truly.
I miss Shane. That's a whole other conversation.
right.
He's on to being a mob boss now. From New York. But yeah, that's awesome. Well, now, on to the depressing.
Third and final.
Tigers Are Not Afraid. This is a movie that, once again, I did not expect it.
We were wondering why you picked this.
We didn't watch any kind of trailer or read ahead.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Straight into it.
Just watch now.
Right.
Put it on my watch
I didn't
list
know.
and straight into it.
Right. I didn't know it was subtitled. I didn't know it was about children. I didn't
She
know about
asked me if you knew
prostitutes or
Spanish.
anything.
I was like, I don't know.
I'm just curious.
No, I don't. But no, that movie, what's great about it, it's real life horror mixed with ghost and paranormal horror.
It's like, I said it's like a supernatural revenge flick.
Right.
That's what I got from it. Like,
Yeah.
Overall with like the cartel stuff and the mom being murdered and the little girl with the wishes and...
It's very Guillermo del Toro to me.
That
it's
is
very.
She
the exact
said that a
Pan's
lot.
Labyrinth, Devil's Backbone vibes
Right,
that
Devil's
I got from
Backbone,
it.
big
I was
time.
like, oh my gosh,
Right.
this is beautiful, but it is tragic in a way.
It just like with the shooting up the school. Let's go.
Yeah.
For it. Like what?
They went all out with this, man. You know, sex workers, children being kidnapped to go be sex workers, and like that's a topic that not a lot of people talk about, even though it's very real.
Yep.
And then, you know, like it's a revenge flick with the ghosts. You know, the kids end up finding, you know, where this person was at. And
the Dungeon of Bodies?
Yeah.
Like, really? Okay.
And like, you know, you're a kid, what are you going to fucking do to a cartel leader? You know, like he's just going to kill you or just shoot you up with heroin and just, you know, say fuck you at that point. Yeah, no, I just thought it was really cool because it was intertwined a lot with the paranormal for a little bit, and you're going, well, is this real?
The
Is this
hand
just...
coming out of the ramen cup.
Right,
oh my
right.
God, yeah.
The blood following her, too. I thought
Right.
that was a neat touch.
Which you think seems extremely sinister at first until you realize, I mean, this mom is kind of trying to lead her to, I don't know, some type of closure, to finding her and the rest of these people that were so unceremoniously murdered and taken advantage of, and kind of, you know, the victims of this whole human trafficking issue from the local amazing politician that is on all these commercials. I mean, wow.
Yeah, what a weird ass world.
Wow.
You know?
The whole thing almost felt like it could have like been a real life story. Like,
100%,
we
yeah.
Watched on the news.
Right. Like it could have been a real life story where like the only thing that was added to it was the paranormal part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like a kid's imagination.
Yeah. Well, I think the woman that directed that definitely had those lived experiences, and so she drew from like her own personal shit to channel into like directing a whole film of unnamed children actors who did an amazing job. Oh my God, those kids were multifaceted. You have the little hard ass, you have little soft,
The little wannabe
you have
hard ass.
Yeah.
Shine.
I was gutted when poor little Moro, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had heard anything about this too, because that was a question I was going to ask you. Is because
I
of
thought I
how
was gonna cry.
like the kid murders, man.
Yeah. And they
Oh
they did not hold any punches on this movie at all. Even Rachel asked me, "He's like, why are we talking about this movie?"
It needs attention. It's a
It
a good movie.
Right.
Like,
And they came out like 3 years ago, like you said. But like even it's funny because Rachel was like, "Well, I don't really think it's horror." And
it falls into the supernatural type.
right, and that's what my
Yeah.
thing is. And I go, well, you know, it's Devil's Backbone horrors, you know.
Yes.
So it's just that type of weird thing that like we talked about with that.
Mhm.
Well, my thing is, it could almost be like a movie like Sicario, but it's with children.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
but
didn't think of that
Sicario's not horror.
Right.
It's
I think-
painfully real life
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But that, and then at that point, in my mind, that makes it horror.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
could you
Yeah.
fucking imagine being fucking kidnapped and sold to a sex fucking human trafficking thing? Like,
Your mom
Well,
dying
you
and
might as well
you're
kill me, 'cause
parentless?
that
Oh
is-
yeah.
The thing
I'm
that I
done,
caught
thanks.
too is not just the human trafficking and the drug trafficking.
Mhm.
The one little kid talked about him cutting you up and selling your parts. So you got organ trafficking
Right.
too.
Yeah.
right?
So
Yeah.
you're like the spectrum of
All of it.
evil. Like,
Yeah.
like
Evil is horror, and that's where I kind of get with it.
Yeah. Go figure that real humans are some of the worst things you could ever be afraid of.
Exactly.
Honestly.
yeah.
I was struck, and it was one of the first things that I noted about this was this is a film based in Mexico that's not sepia or disgustingly yellow toned like how we as Americans film shit in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like this is some foreign country, despite it being on the continent we currently reside in. So you know it was
That's
it was
funny that you-
beautiful and
there's
colorful and real, and it really did remind me of Pan's Labyrinth and watching Ophelia go through those trials
Right.
and try to make it out to the end, and the characters were amazing. Those
Mhm.
kids
The
did.
writing was amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, the pacing was really good too.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
was
thing I enjoyed.
I was afraid by the end we wouldn't have some type of closure, but I mean.
For like an hour and 23 minutes, it felt fast.
Yeah.
The first 2 wishes were gone within like the first 24 minutes, and you're
Yeah.
like, how the heck is this gonna go?
Right.
And the fact that she used her very last wish on her comrade's plaintiff ask of, I want my scar to be gone, and she was like, I can't do that. The wishes are like basically
Wishes with
evil.
conditions.
Right.
And she marked on his face with a little piece of chalk, and that's where he got shot in the face.
Yeah.
I just, you knew it was going to be not good, but I mean,
I wasn't expecting Shine to get shot.
No,
Like,
that
his scar
it like
disappeared.
it was
it was
so-
like a jump almost when he got shot. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Because you didn't expect it. They had that nice, beautiful moment, and
Mhm.
then
Oh my
nope,
God.
done. And you're like, oh shit! Like it's such a real moment when that happens.
and the kids in the cages too.
Yeah.
Like, when she wishes him dead, and then like goes
Yeah,
in there, and they're
yeah.
like in dog cages and shit. Like, I'm like,
Just the anxiety
Man.
that I get of thinking of something like that, and you go, oh, this is just a movie. This is just a movie, and you go, this shit's fucking happening.
If only.
even,
know,
even
like-
the
Yeah.
description did not give you a good description.
No, not at all. I never would have thought that was about sex trafficking, like, or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I see this cover of this woman in like a sheet, and then like a chalk drawing of a
Mhm.
kid or of a tiger, and
Yeah.
you just go, okay, well, let's see what this is. You know, you don't expect it to be that deep of a movie.
No. And the aesthetics of it were so great. The consistent presence of like the spray paint graffiti throughout all of it
And
really
making sure it was done by a child.
really told
Mhm.
such a fun story. I mean, when you see, tiny little Moro's death, and this young man spray painted the 3 of them together, and then the child that had died over to the right hand side with little tears coming out of his
Yeah.
face, and his little plush tiger.
And it's like, see you again soon or
Yep,
whatever.
yep.
That
The little
was-
plush tiger, dude, I love it when he drops the flowers.
Yeah. That was
And then
awesome.
helps her get to the bodies.
Right.
Yeah, if you're in the right headspace, watch that. It's painfully real, but really unreal at the same time. It was like magical in a way, I guess. I don't know. It
I
was.
called it a fairy tale almost.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The 3 wishes. Go figure. She wished not so much about herself, other than that first one. I wish my mom was back.
Mhm.
And then she, so painfully, I wish that I didn't have to kill this guy, and then, oh, he just appears with a bullet hole in his head. There you
Right.
go. Wish granted, girl. And then to wish for, her comrade to not have the ridiculous scar on his face is so selfless, I guess. That
Mhm.
was very sweet, actually.
Yeah.
And just the mom was creepy. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Yeah.
The fucking hand coming out of random spots.
Yeah.
And then when they're in the scene and she's doing like the pop in the neck and the
Yeah.
mannequin, the weird stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
and
Disclaimer: you do have to be prepared for a, I guess like, domestic violence or like a some type of violence against women scene. So you do need to be prepared for that.
Yes.
That was rough to watch. Not a huge fan, but I do see that it definitely contributed to the plot overall. So
and it wasn't
necessary.
It was pulled back enough to where you. Like,
oh, someone else shooting
Yeah.
you that, yeah.
Yeah, you. That the video. I like when the little girl's trying to. What's that guy's name? Chino.
Mhm.
How all the bodies of the people he's killed keep appearing and
Right.
bring him to
Yes.
us, bring
Oh my
him to
God.
us, and
That
everywhere
was-
she goes, there's more and more and
Yeah.
more, and it's just like.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
and just like you brought up earlier, just that end scene of just all those fucking bodies and shit. Like, oh shit.
At first,
dude.
you think they're gonna attack this little
Right.
girl, but they feel vindicated for
Mhm.
being seen. You
Yeah.
know, they can now receive closure as
Right.
those.
The bird
Oh,
transferring.
Oh.
Yeah.
that was
I like
sweet.
Shine's little thing with the lighter at the end.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That movie's dope. It was so good.
I'm gonna wait a year
Yeah.
before I'm emotionally ready to maybe watch that again.
Yeah, the whole kid murder scenes, man. That really.
It's awesome because it doesn't happen a lot in movies.
Mhm.
I think the last movie I watched was called Untold Story, which is like a Category 3 horror movie. Not a horror movie, but like it's a horror movie. I don't know how to explain it, but like this guy literally like slits these kids' throats, and like it is crazy. And this is like 1993 that this movie was shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel.
It's a
Those
Japanese
kids are
movie.
probably traumatized.
Right.
That was a question I had about this movie too. Like, did they have like a psychologist or something to talk to these kids?
I mean, I think I don't think so. I mean, look at like Danny from The Shining or Daniel Harris, for instance.
Yeah.
Like she can't sleep without in complete darkness, but
yeah.
you know, just as long as you know that these people are masked and shit.
Mhm.
But to put it in a thing where like I assume these people are actually from Mexico.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the thing.
And not to assume, but you know, if they're filming in that place and stuff, like they have to know what's on these news channels and stuff like that. I don't know if Mexico. That sounds stupid of me thinking that there's not news in Mexico, but like that type of stuff definitely has to be broadcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if their access to television, that kind of stuff, is the same
Or
as
what
ours.
type of
Right.
narrative they
Yeah,
are allowed to
Is it like Fox
listen
News
to.
or
Right.
CNN? Like,
So I mean, as long as the kids just think it's just some fairy tale story,
Yeah.
then it's just some fairy tale story.
Yeah.
But at
Process
the
that when
same
you're
time, they
later.
probably know stuff like that goes on.
Right.
yeah, I mean,
Because kids ain't stupid.
well,
Yeah.
and the school she was at, weren't they in uniforms?
Mhm.
So like, they're
It's
getting
probably
shot
some
up at
type
the
of
school. They
Catholic
have
school or
they have a
something like
procedure.
that, yeah.
They know what's going on.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, they all immediately ducked underneath their desks as if they've been there, done that.
Right.
You know, which is sad.
And just
but
coming
in
out of
reality.
the gate with that too, I was
Yeah.
Way to appeal to your American audience.
Right,
with
right.
Starting out with school shooting. Relatable.
Yay! At least it didn't come out in 2001. But yeah, no, it's crazy. These kids, I don't think they have any like psychology thing with that.
Yeah.
But
maybe 20 years from now.
maybe.
They'll
Yeah,
process that
overall,
in
I
due time.
enjoyed that movie. To definitely go into that with like a trigger warning.
Yeah, for sure. Deep
You
thoughts.
need
and
to
shit.
give it your full attention.
buddy.
You know,
Yeah.
it can't just be something you watch while you're, you know, organizing something in the background. Oh, we have a visitor.
Say hi, Beef.
Beef.
Yeah, he watched all of these films with us actually.
Oh, look at that.
Casual observer.
You say, yeah, that.
He likes
Tigers are not
Psycho
very
Goreman.
cool.
Yeah, actually, while we were watching that, I had texted my younger brother and sister, and I said, watch this, but be aware that this is going to mess you up. Like, honestly, if you're an emotional, like, fully feeling human being, this will impact you in one way or another. So, and if it doesn't, then you're probably a sociopath.
I sat a lot of it just like this. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Wait until we get into our most disturbing episode. Learn
Oh,
more. gonna be a fun one. Anything to add?
Well, overall, Tigers Are Not Afraid, I do recommend, but if you have anything like against child death or something traumatic in your past with a child, don't watch this movie.
Yeah. You're gonna be needing some self-care after that for sure. I don't know. I do think that was one of the most sensitively and intelligently done ones out of the films that we have reviewed this evening. So, go into that with some gravity and some respect for the art that it took to create that film. It's a whole lived experience. So, I love that. 10 out of 10. Would recommend to a specific audience.
No, we didn't talk about that. Like, are we giving like our own little ratings?
Oh,
We can. I don't care. That's gonna be tough because I'm not gonna be giving 10s out of 10s, but
No.
there's just too many out there. Yeah, we could definitely do something like that. I'm cool with that.
We don't have to right now. We didn't talk about it.
Yeah, we could do it next episode.
I'm a fan of percentages, so I'm probably doing that.
I'm a
later.
wrestling fan. So you got the Meltzer 5-star rating.
Right.
Some other recommendations that we don't have to talk about. I just lost my train of thought. I thought I had one. I wanted to
The
talk about ones
Void.
I didn't like. Yeah,
Another
but
Shudder
that one's
movie.
not. But that one's not a Shudder. I think it might just be a.
I don't think it's
It's
a
not even a Shudder
It's not a
exclusive.
Shudder original. I watched it on Shudder. That's the only reason that I tied it into Shudder.
I remember it being on Netflix.
Yeah, I think that's where I watched it the first time too.
Yeah.
And then.
I will say, Shudder has amazing horror documentaries. So if you want to learn more about films in general, check out some of them.
And rather what your thoughts are on Eli Roth, the history of horror is all on there. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That.
The Leap
That's
of
a
Faith, the one about William, the director that did The Exorcist, is on there.
Ooh.
It's really good, but he just focuses on the first 15 minutes of the film where the guy's in Afghanistan. Like, this is like a 2-hour-long documentary, and all he's doing is talking about the first 15 minutes and how important it is to the movie. Like, bro, this movie's been out since 1974.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
bro, we get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like he's been like shit on for so long, and he's like, no, this is the reason why it's important. You got to pay attention to it.
Well, to you, I'm sure. Yeah.
The Black Noir documentary on there is awesome.
That one was good, and it has like podcasts with it.
Oh,
if
cool.
you search it. So I listen to some of those. Like I listen to Tony Todd's because I just like to listen to Tony Todd's voice.
Yes.
Understand.
Yes.
Yeah. He's got that deep, nice voice.
Oh my gosh. Great. One of the coolest people I've ever met. However, we do have a signed picture from him. He tried to spell my name with an F, although it's a PH.
He started with an F and looked at me. Like, it's P, isn't it? And I was like, and then he finished
He
it.
goes, "What's your name?" I said, "Just put Phil." And he looked at it like, yeah. But hey, that's all right.
No, he is one of the nicest person.
Another Shudder exclusive. The Color Out of Space.
Color Out of Space is great.
Any Nick Cage recent dude. I watched the newest one with him. What was the name of that one?
Willy's
I
Wonderland?
enjoyed the one after that. There's an even newer one.
Pig?
After that, because I watched that too. That's a great one. Willy's Wonderland is fucking awesome, dude.
I don't know.
We
the
just
Ghost
watched
of,
it.
Ghost of blah blah blah. I can't think what it is.
The weird Mad Max type one where
Yeah,
the dude
so
fit in
Ghost
so
of-
many different movie genres.
It has Bill Moseley in it.
Yeah, and he
where-
plays the weird like white
Yeah,
suit.
yeah, yeah.
What was the name?
I
of
totally forgot that we watched that.
Ghost of something. I didn't know that was out yet.
it?
I think we watched it illegally, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
I should have said that. I mean, redacted.
Don't worry, I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray because I'm a maniac.
Edit this part.
Yeah.
But I was just looking up Shudder originals and exclusives. And
Yeah.
God, that was a trip. That felt like a dream.
Yeah, Color Out
I
of
haven't watched
Space.
it
Though,
yet.
I recommend it. Color Out of Space.
Fuck the
If you
director,
like
though.
Color Out of Space, Mandy, Pig, Willy's Wonderland, you're gonna like this. But go into it with like a very open mind because this director pulls in so many genres into one movie.
The
It's
set
insane.
designs are baller.
For the amount of money this director had, phenomenal job.
Yeah.
And the fact that he almost died during filming and they had to move to Japan to finish the filming.
Right.
Like, Care Package is a good one. Z.
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet. Or that one. We both have those.
So you need to watch Z.
Yeah.
I actually really like that one.
Yeah, that's fun.
Mandy is awesome. Found footage 3D. I don't do 3D.
Not a big fan of fan footage myself either, so I'm good on that.
Kuso is really good.
See,
That's
it
on
says-
found footage. Not found footage. That's on Shudder.
Train to Busan Peninsula is on there.
Is that
Oh,
exclusive?
Jesus.
Yeah, it's an
Okay.
exclusive. I love.
I'll tell you what's trash though. That Creepshow animated special.
See, I
will
didn't get
not.
it.
I will not.
I don't want my
can't.
childhood ruined.
Ugh.
Like I enjoy
Yeah.
Shudder and what it's doing and like everything
Yeah.
like they're trying to bring, but you know, like there's some things you don't need to do, and that is one of them.
I mean, Creepshow should work, and I don't understand
But
why it doesn't.
I don't know.
They're
I
just
think it
doing
might
something
be
weird.
it might be the writers or someone
It's
with
gotta
it.
be.
Like it just didn't fit.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
Right. It works as an anthology film, not as
Yeah.
episodic.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna bring a show back, bring back Tales from the Crypt, but make sure to bring me the Crypt Keeper.
Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm.
I think the Cleansing Hour was a weird one. I recommend that one also.
Was that with the weirdly hot priest?
Yeah.
Okay.
The weirdly hot priest.
I mean, you know, mostly
He's
you're not
a
gonna
he's
see
a priest.
Yeah, yeah.
The-
He's a
the-
priest
the-
with abs.
The thing,
okay?
the thing in this movie is he's a fake priest that does fake exorcisms streamed on YouTube, and he makes
Okay.
money from
For hella views, yeah.
He
It
made-
kind of sounds like The Last Exorcism.
Mm-hmm. It's very similar.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
very similar.
it. And the whole like premise of it is the actual demons are getting pissed.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to do one thing, and the demon actually kills his actor on their way to the
Mhm.
show. So the dude gets his girlfriend to fill in, and she gets possessed and tortured and goes through this whole thing. And I'm not going to ruin it, but it's pretty awesome.
Okay.
She did not sign up for that.
Yeah, she definitely did.
Yeah.
But she's like a up and coming actress. And
Gotcha.
she was like, oh, it's a role.
Right.
I'm not getting paid, but it's something.
Yeah, no, we've been picking up all the Blu-rays that we can of the Shudder originals. Best Buy sells them like every Tuesday, so we go out and pick them
Oh,
up, and
cool.
they're like $13 a piece.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
I
look
love
that up.
supporting indie horror anyways, so I
mhm.
just keep
Mhm.
go buy all the Shudder originals.
Heck yeah.
I don't know when this episode or one will come out, but talk about your own indie horror. Give
October
give
23rd at
yourself a
Cornerstone at 7:30. Experiment 53. There will be Blu-rays and a digital release after the physical. So,
Gotta give yourself a plug.
of course.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, it's cool. So thank you for tuning in to A Taste of Blood, A Drink of Flesh. I fucking did it again. I thought I was right this time.
I'm leaving that in
It's
there.
endearing. It's endearing.
I'm leaving that in
We're
there.
changing the damn name. A Drink of Blood, A Taste of Flesh. See you next time on your ear canals.